Told Shalom, Israel. Shalom, shalom. Right. Peace and blessings to the 12 tribes scattered abroad. I want to give all honor and glory to the Most High God of Israel in the name of His only begotten Son. Shout out to the sister Mary of Bethany that anointed our King with the precious ointment. And also shout out to our ancestors that chose death before dishonor. They was willing to die. Willing to die, willing to suffer instead of going against the Most High God, man. So shout out to them. But today is Wednesday, so we're coming with a Wisdom Wednesday. And the title of this video is going to be called Be a Spiritual Crackhead for Christ. I know the title kind of sounded a little crazy. We're going to touch on why I said be a spiritual crackhead for Christ, man. But before we get into the lesson, it ain't going to be a long lesson. Well, it might be a long lesson. Brothers may chime in, but I don't plan it to be a long lesson. But I'm gonna play the blowing of the shofar first, and I got a video. It's not really a video. It's the beginning of a song. Why are my camera keys? Somebody playing. Why they playing game? But yeah, it's the beginning of a song. I'm gonna play it, but first I'm gonna get the blowing of the shofar to start the class off through the spirit. All praise to the Most High, man. It's good to hear the blowing of the shofar instead of hearing all those fireworks popping outside right now, man. So all praise to the Most High. But yeah, so I just want to play it's just the beginning of this song, man. I heard this song, a while back. Slow It Down by Nas. This is on one. I think his album called Magic 2. But the dude in the beginning of the song, I don't know who he is talking, but he said something when I first heard this song. I'm like, man, if he's saying this and acting like this about money, how much more us, being the same way in his truth when it comes to our spiritual growth and when it comes to just the Most High God, man. But let me just listen what he say. Fair use. This is for educational purposes only. But just listen what he say.
Need money every day, need money every day, like a junkie need heroin. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a junkie, and that's my fix, money. You know what I'm saying? I need it every day.
So you just listen to what he say. It's folly, in the sense of how he's saying, just like a junkie or a person on drugs, they need heroin. How they act when they don't have it. It's the same way he acts when he ain't getting money. He feel like he's a junkie. And when you take what he said and put it in a point of how we should be when we haven't read all day, when we haven't prayed all day, you know what I'm saying? We should feel the same way how this man said how he feel about money. He ain't himself. He don't feel his normal self when he ain't getting money. Just like a person that's on crack. Somebody saying something? Oh, but just like how a person is on crack and they haven't had any crack, they gon' they gonna start sweating. They're gonna start trying to look for somebody that's selling crack. They're gonna be willing to do whatever for crack. They're gonna be going all out, man. So I titled this video "Be a Spiritual Crackhead for Christ," meaning have that same addiction how a person that's on crack would be if they haven't had crack. We got to have that same addiction when it comes to the ministry, when it comes to doing the work of the Lord. We have to feel that same exact way. So
Man,
go ahead, King.
A lot of times with people on addictions, especially like with opioids and heavy drugs, they don't care if they look foolish as long as they get that money for them drugs, or as long as they get that drug. They don't care if they look foolish, right? So we can't be afraid to look foolish for the Most High, right? We can't be afraid to look foolish for Christ, right? We gotta be junkies for Christ. I gotta get that word in every day, man. I need it. If I don't get it, man, I might have withdrawals. Like the brother said, a lot of junkies, man, a lot of crackheads, actual crackheads, they have withdrawals, man. Whenever they're trying to get off their substance, they have withdrawals and they're sick, man. Some of them end up, getting into depression. Some of them, they can't make it. That's how bad they are, right? And some of them, the doctor will prescribe that they go back on whatever drug they was on, right, to kind of wean themselves off because they can't stop cold turkey. That's how serious they was taking. We got to take the Most High and His Son that serious, man, to where, if we step away too long, people around us will say, hey, you changed up your routine, didn't you? You gonna have people in the world, hey, bro, get it together, bro. You all right? I remember you used to do lessons or some Bible lessons. You should start doing those again. They don't even do Bible lessons, but they know that it helped you, right? So that's how sold out we gotta be for the Most High God. We gotta be fiends and junkies for the Most High, man. And other people gotta be able to see how foolish we are for
them. Con. Now, can a brother read the definition of addiction right here?
Salakia. The definition of addiction. What is the definition of addiction? Addiction is when you have a need or urge to do something or use something, even if it causes harm.
Even what?
Even if it causes harm.
Yeah, man. So, yeah, man, addiction, you have a lot of people, you can be addicted to anything. You can be addicted to your phone, you can be addicted to sugar, you can be addicted to drugs, even though these things are harmful. It's said on the pack when you get in those relos, when you get in that can of dip, it tells you, it's a caution sign, and people know it, but they still continue to get it because they're addicted. But you can keep going, King.
Types of addiction include substance addiction, such as alcohol, smoking, or drugs, and non-substance addiction, such as gambling or shopping.
Right. So it's you have a lot of addictions out here, but let's have an addiction, for doing the work of the Lord. That's a good addiction. You have good addictions and you have bad addictions, right? But the good addictions are, serving the Most High God, being addicted to reading, being addicted to going out and teaching, be addicted to fasting, be addicted to prayer, right? Those are good addictions that we should and we must have in this walk, man. Because if you ain't addicted to the work of the Lord, you're gonna be addicted to doing something else. And 9 times out of 10, if it ain't addiction to if it ain't addiction of the Most High God and addicted to the ministry and addicted to the word, you're gonna be addicted to something folly, in vain, in carnal. So let's get what King David said. Can the brother read this in Psalm 63:1?
Psalm 63:1, and it reads, a psalm of David when he was in the wilderness of Judah. O God, thou art my God. Early will I seek thee. My soul thirsteth for thee. My flesh longeth for thee in a dry and thirsty land where no water is.
Man, so David, man, I seek you early. David said, my soul thirsts for thee. My flesh longeth for thee in the dry and thirsty land. This how we have to be in this walk, man. Our soul got a thirst for the Most High. Hey, we gotta, kind of get agitated when you haven't, you've been busy all day and you really haven't got a chance to read. That's the point. We got to be like, man, you know how when like Pookie off New Jack City, you know what I'm saying? When that scene when he didn't want to smoke the crack pipe, but in his flesh versus his spirit, he was crying and everything. He was battling, man. He was battling doing that thing. When a person haven't got crack in a little minute, when a person haven't used that meth in a little minute, they start, getting aggravated, right? They start getting upset. They ain't in the mood. Any small thing gonna make them upset because they haven't got that bump yet, right? They haven't got that they haven't hit that pipe yet. So this how we got to be when it comes to the ministry. Oh, bro, just say you were sick, right? Just say and hopefully rain, sleet, or snow, the Cherry Street Saints are trained to go. But just say you real sick and you ain't able to. Just say you in your bed, your body weak and you can't get up, and you may miss camp. You need to be ready. Oh nah, bro. Like that should do something to you. It shouldn't be, oh, you miss camp and it's shit, them niggas got it. They know what to do. they know what to do out there. Like, nah, man, you supposed to be like, dang, even though you ain't in control of that, you still should be like, man, I want to be out there with them. I need to do something. When you ain't, you need to be like, I need to do something for the Lord, man. What can I do for the Lord? I ain't doing enough, man. Start, what can I do? Can I do this? Can I do this? There's so many sheep out here that need to be fed. What can I do better, right? What talents do I have that I can use to further the ministry? That's being addicted to the ministry, right? David said, "My flesh longeth for thee in the dry." So like, if any brother got something to say, cut me off. I can't see y'all.
Oh, Con, I was gonna say something too, man. I like the point you made about not being able to live without something as an addiction. We live in a society now where everything is routine. I know everybody always talks about the first thing you do when you wake up in America is grab your phone, right? It's become a routine. Some people, right, they look forward to that coffee every morning. Some people, they look forward to that Starbucks drive-through, that Dunkin' Donuts drive-through, that McDonald's drive-through for some of the crazies out there, right? Or that Chick-fil-A drive-through for some of them. Some people, they need that. If they don't start their day off with that, oh, it's a bad day. They feel a little off. Some people, they need to hit the gym in the morning, right? Or, the rest of their day feel like trash, right? Some people, they need to fast until 12 o'clock. And then when 12 o'clock hits, they got to have some food. My point is this: we do all these things for self. We make these things a routine, and we find pleasure in doing these routines every day. We need to do that for the Most High God, right? We need to put ourselves in a routine because we understand, like, starting a routine, it didn't, a lot of times it don't start out with you understanding that it brings you joy. You kind of have to grow into learning that it brings you joy, and then you get addicted to that joy, right? So even if you feel like, reading the word, doing the works of the Lord, it's a struggle. The more you do them, it's going to lead you to Christ, right? The more you do them, the more you'll get addicted to it, and you'll start reaping the benefits and the joy from it. Then you'll be addicted to it, right? Just like that morning coffee, you need it before you do anything.
Con, man, I was watching something yesterday, and it was talking about suicides, right? And they say suicides from tall buildings, them skyscrapers and whatnot. They say, what happens to a lot of people is when they're up there, a lot of times they're not even suicidal till they look down. They say the thing about being up that high is you get a mild sense of vertigo, right? Like when you look down and your knees get a little weak and you might get a little dizzy, right? And they say, vertigo is an urge. And then a lot of people don't understand that. They say, you look down long enough and that vertigo turns into a temptation, and that temptation wants to throw you over the rail or over the roof, because that vertigo has manifested itself from what it's always been, and which is an urge. And once it becomes that urge, you can't fight it. You just gotta know what it's like to be falling off of a building, which is crazy, man. You know, I was watching it and I was like, man, that sounds crazy.
Yeah,
But it was showing some visuals along with it, and I could see what it was talking about, right? But I say that along to the brother Azrael's point is, you keep doing something over and over again, whether it's harmful or not, right? It will become an urge. I was telling the brother Azrael after camp on the way home, that, you know, being in this truth, you know, just, you know, if something would have come out right now and it was to show everybody that the Sabbath day wasn't on Saturday, I don't know what I would do with myself, right? Because I've dedicated all my Saturdays to the same routine that we do, right? And I would feel different if I was doing something else on Saturday, right? It gets to the point where even when you talk about doing these lessons, right, that we do, you know, that feeling that you get when you didn't properly call out of work on time, you didn't properly call out of work, you know what I'm saying? And you technically a no call, no show, and you kind of feel guilty, and you kind of feel, you know, that's the same feeling I feel when I miss something that has to do with the work of the Lord, man. I get that feeling in my gut, like, hey, man, I ain't show up. Like, you know, I feel like I got to make it up. I feel like I'm not trying to get caught by the Lord, like running from like Adam and Eve. And, you know, I think that's what that addiction really feels like when it sets in. But Khan, didn't mean to be long-winded.
Nah, you good. And we just gotta look at it, man. Look at it like, just truly look at our people that's not in the walk, that's not in the faith, and they addict themselves to their craft. You know, a person that love construction work, you know, they're gonna addict themselves to that. They're gonna watch videos on how to be a better carpenter. They're gonna go get the tools. They're gonna work when it's cold, when it's hot outside. They're gonna stay up all night, you know, trying to meditate on what they're gonna do to start work off tomorrow. Or a person that's addicted to money, they're gonna do whatever they need to do for money. Right? They're gonna do whatever they need to do to get money. Then if they don't get money, they feel like a bum. Right? If they ain't getting money like how they want to, right? They gonna be upset. Right? They're gonna be stressed out. They ain't gonna want to talk, man, because they addicted to getting money, rather than scamming, robbing, you know, the wrong way now. Scamming, robbing, stealing. You know, when they're not getting those things, they don't feel how they want to feel. You know, so if people in the world, even I'm gonna say this last one, even sports, people be addicted to sports. Right, they put their work in, they put all their time, their effort, blood, sweat, and tears into their craft to be the best basketball player, to be the best football player, to be the best track star. They put time. They be addicted to the workouts. They be addicted to the pain of in the body, right? Because they want to get better. They want to be the best at what they do. So they addict themselves to the grind. So how much more us addicting ourselves to the grind of the ministry? Right. So can the brother read this real quick?
Khan, this is Matthew 5 and verse number 6. It says, "Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled."
Right. I think was it? Like what it said. Was it? Oh, this is the one. So he said, "Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness." So when you thirst or hunger and thirst after righteousness, that means that you addicted to something. That means you like a fiend, and you can't go without it. Like, because you can't go without food and water your whole life. You know, because you will die. But just imagine how many people love drinking and love eating.
Khan, hey,
Go ahead.
I was gonna say too, you know, there's a lot of studies that come out that say that the feeling of hunger and the feeling of thirst is all mental. because when you're hungry, you're not starving, but your body is saying, hey, I want to eat something. Hey, I usually eat something by this time. Hey, what are you doing? Feed me. That's what your body's saying. That's why you're hungry, but you're not starving, right? Your body can still function without food for a little minute, but your hunger is causing you to eat. Same thing with thirst. You're not dehydrated, but you want to wet your tongue. You want to, wet your whistle, right? Because you're thirsty. You know that drink look good on that advertisement. You could really use a coconut smile. You thirsty, right? But it goes to the brother Obadiah's point that you gotta want this stuff so bad that even if the Most High God knows all. So you say that, hypothetically speaking, say the Most High is like, man, you got enough. You gonna make it to the kingdom. You supposed to hunger and thirst after this so bad that you don't even know if you got enough, right? You just hungry because you feel like you ain't got enough. You thirsty because you feel like you ain't got enough, right? So that's how we gotta be, man. We gotta be mentally hungry and thirsty, man. So come, mighty precept.
So the same way people are hunger and thirst after food and water, this how we should do after righteousness. We should always, the scripture says, examine yourself daily, man. We should always sit and really examine ourselves. This is how addicted we got to be. How can I be a better servant for Christ? Right? What could I did better? What could I say better to that person to help them try to understand a little bit better? Could I did this better? What can I do more? That shows your dedication, that your commitment to this truth. It's a lot of people that just in this truth and they going through the motions. Okay, camp coming, same old, same routine. Okay, the feast days coming. Yeah, okay, feast day. Well, whoop-de-do. Feast day coming. Whoop-de-do. Right? Same routine. Okay, class. Okay, we're on the camera, on the computer. Okay, class. Okay, kind of going through the motions. No, we can't be like that. Like the brother said, the Most High God, he see that, man. The Most High God see the people that's truly sincere, that truly hunger after this truth. And he also see the ones that's pretend. You have a lot of people that pretend like they zealous for the Lord in front of men, but they're really not zealous for the Lord. And this same thing go with sisters as well too. Sisters can ask, how can I be a better woman for the Lord? What can I do more? What's my talents? How can I help more during the feast days? These are things not only do men ask, do women ask too, because men ain't gonna just be in the kingdom by themselves. Women gonna be there too. It's gonna be a chosen amount of women as well too. So how they gonna how the Lord gonna determine if they get the kingdom as well? By them being addicted to the ministry also.
Also too, I'll say like this brother Obadiah, man, he's addicted, man. He a junkie, man. He's always finding ways to push this truth, whether it be a skit, whether it be a reenactment, whether it be a lesson, a class, whether it be a question to stir the pot like the brother does all the time, right? Whether it be a repost or whatever, shared video, it don't matter. The brother is always trying to addict himself to the ministry. So another way that you need to think also is how can I make myself available for the Most High, right? You got to addict yourself. I know in my head, whether I do it or not, but just take my word for it. It's always in my head. What can I do? Should I start making posts on this site? Should I start making posts on this site? Maybe I should do this. Maybe I should do that. Maybe I can make myself available in this way, right? We should always be thinking of how we can make ourselves available, because if we do feel like we are the righteous, and if we do feel like we have a certain level of wisdom and understanding, we can't keep it to ourselves. We have to be willing to give it to the sheep. We have to be willing to multiply it by spreading it so somebody else can get it and they can spread it, right? So we got to always wonder and thirst after, how can I make myself available for him to do this work?
Con. And also, yeah, man, being addicted to something is not, that don't mean that you always gonna want to do it 100% all the time. Just like when it comes to like even these classes, brothers be tired. Brothers be tired. I know at the work, you gotta hop on a call, be fighting this. I know me, I be fighting to stay up sometimes. It just be that flesh, but you be fighting to stay up sometimes, man. But it's like you addict yourself to it. You do it even when your body don't want to. Just like working out, Like, it ain't fun. It's not fun when you first start working out. You start to feel those soreness in your leg and your arms and stuff. That's not fun.
It's not fun when you get into it. I've recently addicted myself to running, and I hate sometimes I get out there, I'll be hating when I'm running. I'll be like, why am I running? But then if I don't run, I feel like a slob. You know what I'm saying? Why is that? It's because I've addicted myself. But to be addicted to something, you have to first do it, right? You have to first do it. For example, right? I'll give a quick example. I know a lot of us know about the Bible app, right? The Bible app keeps track of streaks, right? How many times you open the Bible app in a row, right? So, I do my daily reading, you know what I'm saying? And I think we were coming back from Augusta. That was a feast of dedication. And I got back, and when I got back, it was, past midnight. So I opened up my Bible app because, I do my daily reading or whatever. I opened up my Bible app. You know what my Bible app said? It says, you have lost the streak of 73 days. Do you want to ignore it and keep your streak going? Bro, so the Bible app, they want people to like their application. So they're going to find ways to cheat the system. But I'm saying that to say, I definitely said, yeah, ignore it. Forget about that. You know what I'm saying? I was driving. But, I've addicted myself to reading in that app reading the Bible in that app every day. And if I don't, man, I'm going to feel terrible. You know what I'm saying? So that's part of, even sometimes, I open that Bible app up. You look at the chapter that you're about to read. You be like, God, I don't feel like reading today. Right? You be like, man, yeah, I'm probably not gonna retain nothing that I read today because I don't feel like reading it. But you do it anyway, man, because you're gonna feel bad if you don't. That's addiction.
Yeah, man. Hey, man. And also being addicted to, integrity. Be addicted to doing the right thing. It's a lot of people addicted to doing the wrong thing, but being addicted to the right thing, that's important as well, man. But can the brother read this real quick?
How long do you have to do something to make it a habit? It takes anywhere from 18 to 254 days to form a habit, with the average being around 66 days, about 2 months. But this varies greatly by the person and complexity of the habit. Simpler actions like drinking water might take weeks, while more effortful ones like regular gym visits can take months, emphasizing that consistent repetition in a consistent context is key, not just a magic number.
So roughly around 2 months, if you do something consistently for roughly around 2 months, your body it's gonna become a habit, and you're gonna do it. Even if you don't want to, you're gonna do it because it's a habit. So even when you first start off in this walk, man, or it may come a time you're trying to be better. You're trying to read 3 chapters a day. Just say you're trying to read 3 chapters a day, and you keep slipping up. You may be tired the next day, you fall asleep, and then get your 3 chapters in. But if you continue to be consistent, and you do this for about 2 months, you're gonna be addicted to it. It's gonna become an addiction, and you're gonna keep doing it. You're gonna keep doing it. You're gonna do it when you don't want to. You may fall asleep. You're gonna wake up and get those 3 chapters in because and it's gonna be in your head. It's gonna be messing with you. Dang, bro, I didn't get the chapters in, bro. Dang, I didn't complete my task. And then it's gonna feel like you done took 5 steps backwards, and you back at step 1. It's gonna be like, dang, I done did all of this, I slipped up. It's gonna feel like you done went backwards to step 1 again, man. But let me get this scripture real quick. I think it was in. Okay, can a brother get Psalms chapter 42 and verse 1 through 2?
Psalms 42, verses 1 through 2, and it reads, to the chief musician, Mashkil, for the sons of Korah. As the hart panteth after the water brooks, so panteth my soul after thee, O God. My soul thirsteth for God, for the living God. When shall I come and appear before God?
Right. So this is why, man. This is why when you read accounts in the scriptures of our forefathers, chiefly in the Old Testament, it's in the New too, but chiefly in the Old Testament, how they was able to do certain things, or the Most High had so much mercy upon them. Sometimes is because they truly longed for Him, like they was addicted to serving the Most High God. They was addicted, so they did a lot of things, and we read about it. We be like, dang, how was they able to do this? Right? Why was the Most High God dealing with them so closely? Is He was so dealing with them, and now you don't really see that now because a lot of our people, they don't really long for the Most High like how our ancestors used to. We just go through the motions a lot of times. Yeah, we keep the commandments, but a lot of us go through the motions. But when you read the scriptures, our people had a relationship with the Most High. Like they literally spent time with the Most High. They took time out their day to meditate, right? To go talk to the Most High, right? Anything the Most High God said, they did it without back talk, without some of them, some of them. But some of them did without back talk, man. They was okay, let's do it. But that's why you see the difference, man, between now and then. Because my soul thirsts for God. How many of us can say our soul thirsts for the Most High? Man, I need to talk to the Most High. I need to go talk to him. I need to go, let him know I ain't feeling the best. And I go to him first. Instead of, going to somebody else first, I go to the Most High God first. That shows my soul thirsts for the Most High. Even when I'm down bad, even when it feel like I done lost everything and I ain't got nobody to talk to or turn to, my soul still thirsting for the Most High. Even when you go homeless, you done lost your house. Like Job, right? You in a situation like Job. Job still thirsting for the Most High after all that he went through. Because they was addicted. They loved the Most High God so much it became an addiction to serving him. We got to be addicted to serving the Most High God, praising the Most High God, man. Can the brother read Philemon chapter 1 and verse 1?
I want to add too, for the brother Reed, man. You said something and it just kind of made me think. Like you went back and corrected yourself, saying some of them, right? Some of them, but even our forefathers who probably misstepped, right? The way they got back to the point of being consistently thirsty and hunger for the Most High is just by doing exactly what I just said, being consistent, right? Like the brother pulled up how many days it takes to build a habit. Some things you just got to kind of like continuously do, even when you don't feel like it. I think that's the biggest thing that I myself can say I've been trying to learn is just keep doing the small things every day because it adds up, and spiritually, the small things can be looking like the sister, help me just said, like reading or, what I'm saying, praying, right? Doing the small things every day because, again, it equates to large amounts, and it's something that could help us continue to remain crackheads, right? And we want to be the right type of crackhead, you know what I'm saying? The right type of, strung out, I need my fixing. We don't want to be on the other side of the fence. It just literally takes them, them small, I guess you could say, them small deposits every day that can make us, stay in that mode, you know what I'm saying? Where to the world, we look crazy and bugged out, but, to the Most High, we look like sold out, devout, righteous men and women,
Con. Con, man. That's real. That's real talk, man. But Con, can a brother get this?
God, this is the book of Philemon, chapter 1 and verse 1. Paul, a prisoner of Jesus Christ, and Timothy, our brother, unto Philemon, our dearly beloved and fellow laborer.
So Paul called himself a prisoner of Christ. So in order for you to call yourself a prisoner of Christ, that means you got to be addicted to the ministry. Now, if you call yourself a prisoner of Christ, that means that your life is no more your life. You done whatever your desires was, because we know we had plans. A lot of us had plans before we came before the Most High God woke us up into the knowledge of the truth. A lot of us had plans. Some of us wanted to be rappers. Some of us wanted to be ball players. Some of us wanted to be or had this plan of being this next big movie star in Hollywood. You know, a lot of us had different plans, and we didn't plan this life before the Most High woke us up into this truth. But when he woke us up into the knowledge of the truth, a lot of us had to let go of those old dreams because we became a prisoner of Christ now. So certain things that we wanted to do, we can't do no more because that's gonna stop us from addicting ourselves to the ministry, man. You become a ball player or a rapper or you know, different things like that. Not even just those things, but you know, people have different things they want to do. It probably you wasn't gonna be able to keep the feast days or the Sabbath like you want to, and you ain't gonna probably be able to go to camp like you want to. You're gonna try to chasing fame and all that, chasing money. You can't do that. Because when you start keeping these commandments and you know you saying that you're gonna do what the Bible say, now your job is to become an addict for Christ, not to be an addict for smoking weed, not to be an addict for that number one job that you wanted when in the world. No, man, you got to be addicted to Christ, meaning, hey, you got to sacrifice. Yeah, I'm sleepy, but it's on my spirit to do this lesson. That being a prisoner of Christ, meaning you putting aside sleep, you losing sleep in order to do what you got to do for the Lord. Like, yeah, I know I've been, you know, my back hurting. I'm a little sore, but I gotta go. You know, I gotta go to camp though. That's being a prisoner of Christ. Like for the sisters, yeah, man. I mean, I'm so tired. I know the brothers need fringes on their shirts, you know, for camp this week, but for camp this weekend. But I'm just tired. Like addicting yourself to the ministry would be like, I'm tired, but I gotta do this for the Lord though. You know, they need it, right? And it's righteous for the Lord. So I gotta do this. So that's what being addicted or a prisoner of Christ is. Doing something even if you don't want to do it. But and this precept go along with kind of go along with what I was saying. What it was saying to Philemon.
I think it's back on Azrael.
The book of 1 Corinthians chapter 16 and 15. I beseech you, brethren, ye know the house of Stephanus, that it is the first fruits of Achaia, and that they have addicted themselves to the ministry of the saints.
Yeah, man. So, you know, this how we should want to be. The same way this family this family was talked about in the scriptures. This how we should want ourselves if the Most High God still writing our lives down, you know, and he writing what we've been doing on earth. We should want him to say, oh, hey, the brother Azrael, right? His household, the brother Isaiah, his household, and the brother Denal, his household, they addict themselves to the ministry. That's how we would want, that's how we should want ourselves and household to be remembered, man. So think about this, man. What was they doing to be for this to be written and say they was addicted to the ministry? They was like all over the place. meaning they was doing this, and I ain't gonna even say they was doing a lot, but they was doing whatever talents the Most High God gave them, rather it was one talent, because they may be addicted to that one talent the Most High God gave them, but they was doing that to the T. They was addicted to that. Or the Most High could have gave them 3 or 4 talents that they was good at, and they was doing that to the T. So it's like being addicted to the ministry don't mean you gotta do 3 or 4 different things, 5 or 6 things. That don't mean that. Just that. You may not be called to do that, but whatever you called to do, that the Most High God called you to do, you got to be addicted to that. Whether it's one thing, 2 things, 3 things, you got to be addicted to whatever the Most High God called you to do, man.
And addiction is like when you have it on cruise control, right? When you don't have it on cruise control, you have to constantly keep pressing the pedal, right? It's a car analogy for those that don't know what I'm talking about. You got to constantly keep pressing the pedal, but when you put that cruise control, you don't have to press that pedal no more. It's just going to go. The same thing with addiction, right? The addiction is the cruise control. Once you get to the point that you're addicted, it's a breeze. It's going to be routine, tradition, religion, right? You're going to do it traditionally. You're going to do it religiously every day, every time that whatever comes around, you're going to be doing it. We all know those co-workers or those people that we can count on to always be doing something, always be at a certain place, always, they've addicted themselves. But the key part of addiction is the beginning, is being consistent, pressing that pedal. You got to be consistent. If you're not consistent, you won't get addicted, right? The consistency is what allows you to be addicted, man. For example, a few years back, I had watched the lesson, and the lesson was like, man, we should be praying at least 3 times a day, even if we don't have a temple, right? Our forefathers were known, our foremothers were known, it was in our culture, right, to pray 3 times a day at least. We had 3 hours of prayer. So I was like, man, that kind of struck me, man, in the heart. I was like, man, because, I just pray either in the morning or I'll pray at night, right? A few years back, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make it my mission to be consistent, to pray 3 times a day. And I had to put the effort in to set alarms on my phone, alarms on my watch, right? So now it don't matter when those thing goes off, even if I'm talking to an Edomite at work, if it go off, I know to say a prayer in my head. Yeah, they may be talking. I'm not listening to a word they saying because I'm running through a prayer in my head. But that has caused me to be addicted now. So now some days I'm looking like, is it 3 o'clock yet? I know it's about to be 12. So I can get ready to say that prayer, right? But that's because what happens first, the consistency, and it leads to addiction, to where you can coast, right? But you got to be consistent, man.
Consistency is key. Can a brother read this?
1 Corinthians 15:58, and it reads, therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord, for as much as ye know that your labor is not in vain.
So he said, the point that stood out to me, he said, therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abiding in the work of the Lord. So when you always doing that, what you addicted to it. You a prisoner of something. When you always doing something, when you always abiding in the work of the Lord, man. Because this is what we was called to do. He woke us up in his truth for us to spread the gospel, right? And bring our brothers and sisters back to the fold, man. He called us to do this. So this is our main goal, right? Our main mission is to be always abiding in the work of the Lord, man, and make ourselves addicted to this thing. Okay, like I said, yeah, other people addicted to all other type of stuff, and they take it serious. Let a person have a job or something that they good at, and they making a lot of money. They gonna addict themselves to it, man. Person that's addicted to money, man, they gon' do whatever for that money, man, because they're addicted to it.
People addicted to prize picks.
Yeah.
Man, you know, being a basketball player, a former basketball player, the addiction to basketball is crazy. You have some guys that so addicted, ball is life. You have some people that are so addicted to basketball, they go into Walmart and see a little toy basketball the size of their hand, they got to pick it up and fake dribble it and fake shoot it. They could be anywhere, right? They're doing spin moves at home, right? On their parents, you know what I'm saying? On their wife. When you get addicted to something, man, like I said, you coasting, it's a part of you. It's a part of you wherever you go, right? We should be addicted like that to this word. Every time you see a random Bible, you should want to go and pick it up, flip some pages, man. You know what I'm saying? You should ask, hey, who Bible this is? Hey, that's a nice Bible you got. You should be addicted to it, man. Just like some people are addicted to cars. We ain't got no problems telling somebody they got a nice Scat Pack. Hey bro, you got a nice Cutlass. Hey bro, you got a nice truck. We got to be able to start, you know, looking out for the word, man, looking out for the things of God and complimenting people on that.
Right. I ain't gonna lie, I be saying the same thing too. Like, I don't see how, you know, you get 40-year-old, 50-year-old 40-year-old, 50-year-old. You get folks in their 30s going into their 40s, you know, and still addicted to that, you know, I guess you could say youthful sensation, that youthful lust to hoop. Man, you watch all these Ballers Life videos, these 1v1 challenge videos, and let me speak for myself, speak as a man. I like people that have, you know what I'm saying, those old school cars. You know, I grew up in a community where old school cars and getting these cars tricked out and stuff was a thing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna lie and act like if I didn't have the means to have one, I wouldn't. But I do agree with the brother Azrael though. Like, man, if we can put that much pride and effort and energy and be committed into, you know, an engine swap, be committed to going to the car show, making sure we got the nicest designer seats, you know what I'm saying, and all the state-of-the-art interior, how much more can we be addicted to, you know, the words of the Lord, right? Doing the work of the Lord, because that's what's going to make us better. And I'll say this before I yield. I posted on my Instagram a video of Deion Sanders on his draft day, just talking about like how dripped out he was. You know, everybody know the famous video. Even the baby got a little jury on. We ready now. So, but I posted that not because I wanted to give honor to Deion Sanders. I posted that with the caption of, you know, one of the things I think that people need, including myself, need to learn how to do is better take care of their bodies. You know, how does that relate to, you know, being a crackhead for Christ? Well, it relates to it because the saying that Deion Sanders made popular was, you look good, you feel good, you play good, they pay good. If we took as much pride as we do in looking good physically as we did spiritually, well, if we take more pride in looking good spiritually as we do physically, we would perform better in all aspects of spirituality for our brethren, our kinsmen, you know, and in turn, the Lord will give us greater reward for the labors that we're doing. So it's all going back to the spiritual aspect of things, of just being more consistent, trying to build up that spirit, man, build up, you know, the saints of God, and again, waking up his people to return to him and serve him. But kind of you, so
Con. It should get to the point where like people should think it's, you know, ain't he crazy? Ain't she crazy? She always in that Bible. Every time I see them, they always in that Bible. Like, dang, what's going on? Why you always in your Bible? That's how people should think about you, man. That's how people should look at you. Like, they should already know, bro, so-and-so coming over here. I already know he finna talk about that Bible stuff. Because they done heard you talk about it so many times.
We ain't trying to hear that today, bro.
Yeah, bro, we ain't got time for that, man.
Oh, here he go again.
Yeah. People don't, they shouldn't want to hear it, man. Or I ain't gonna say they shouldn't want to hear it, but they should know they should know you, right? They should know, you should be known for, okay, yo, there go bro, he finna bring the weed. Oh yeah. There go bro, he finna, you know, he got.
Hey, look, I built that type of representation with my friends. that I went to college with, man, because you know I found this truth in college, and I really did like a 180 in their eyes. You know, to me, I just felt like I just became a lot more devout, but to them, you know, they say I just completely changed. I became all these type of things, and every time somebody will like mention the scripture, or every time they'll see me and they'll be talking about something, and they'll be like, "Oh, here he go, here he go, here he go," you know. And at first, I used to get aggravated by it, but over time, you know, as I've grown in this walk, I've learned to kind of embrace it because, you know, it's one thing to be looked at as the hypocrite dude, but it's another thing to be looked at as somebody who people kind of respect, not in the sense of vainglory, but in the sense of, you know, they know that you are always going to contend for the faith. And that's a good type of feeling you should want to have. That goes back to a conversation I had with my wife this morning, just talking about an outward display of our faith, you know, and it comes to a point, like the brother Obadiah was saying, it just comes to a point where you got to make it known publicly and internally that you're sold out. You know what I'm saying? Making it known publicly, the simple things that we could do is like wear our fringes. But if we doing that consistently, people will know, okay, they're different, right? What's different about them? Well, they always got these little tassels, they always got these little ribbons around their shirt. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that will help build rapport to get you to that point where, oh, here go buddy, here go buddy.
You cut out. You cut out.
No, I was finished.
Oh, I thought you had cut out. I thought you were gonna say something else. Because man, yeah, man, you wanna be known for, like the brother said, you know, those tassels at the bottom of his shirt. You know, you Israelite. You know, yeah, he Israelite, man. He got the tassels at the bottom of his shirt because that's something they continue to see you wearing. You know, so all praise to the Most High.
Man, you got them on every day. You got them on all your clothes, bro.
Yeah. They may scoff and say, what they say our tassels be off the curtains, the little things off the pillows.
Home decor.
Yeah. Well, you got them on the bottom of your shirt, bro. You weird, bro.
Well, you got that carpet on your shirt.
Yeah.
You know, the crazy part is, man, people will play dumb and they'll ask you, like, what's that on your shirt, right? You know, if you pull up a picture of an American flag, the same exact fringes are around the American flag, but don't nobody ever ask, what's that thing around the American flag? You know
Exactly.
But they see it on your shirt and they just got to ask, hey, what's around your shirt? Right? It's the same thing that's on the flag that you love so much, man. And I guarantee you, if I asked you what was on the flag, you would tell me they're fringes. So you know what fringes are.
Yeah.
Man, this is a sidebar too, man. You know, it's crazy that, you know, friends in the world and people in the world, family in the world, they'll make it seem like you're so distant and so out of touch and they can't reach you, right? And they'll even say stuff like, hey, man, we got to get up one day, man. We got to link up, man. You be Ghost. Where you be at? And you tell them, you know where I'll be at every Saturday. Like, I'll be there every Saturday. You know where I'll be at. You can pull up anytime.
Like Dion said, we ain't too hard to find.
Yeah, we ain't too hard to find.
We need to get some camp shirts that say "ain't too hard to find," man.
Right. We you know where I'm at. You trying to make it seem like I'm fake. I don't know where you be at because you be at this club, then you be in this city, and you be over here, and you be over. But I be consistent. I be addicted. I'm addicted to this. Right. So don't try to play me, man. Don't try to play me like you can't find me. You know where I'm gonna be at, and that's the attitude we should have. Like, you know that you addicted for the Lord. You gonna show up.
Yep.
And sometimes even with these online lessons, brother, you know where I get brothers all the time. Hey, where can I find these lessons? You've been following me for some time, brother. Sister, you've been following me for some time. You just talking because you feel guilty because you're not spending time with the Lord at this point because it's in my bio. You should know that. You know that. You see me repost the camp page, right? We ain't too hard to find, man. When you addicted to something, you show up every day. But that's what it is. It's all about making yourself available for that one person. It might just be one person, man, that need it, and you there when they need it. Pecan.
God, man. And you should want, it should the most high should feel like he can count on you. When you do things, don't think that you're doing it for men. Think like I'm doing it for the most high. Because you should want the most high to think I can count on him. I can count on her. I can put this on their spirit to glorify my name, and I know they're gonna do it without just sitting on it and just letting it go. I know that they're gonna do it, man. I know that my servant, right? I know he gonna examine himself. I put something on his spirit to do. I know he may be nervous. He may be a little nervous, man. But I know that he gonna do what I told him to do, though. He gonna come to me and talk to me about it, and we gonna talk about it, right? And I know he gonna do it. That's how the Most High should feel about you. He shouldn't be like, oh, man, he playing around. He lukewarm. He lukewarm, man. He ain't putting his brick in. He dragging along. You know how somebody dragging something? He dragging along, right? He just there, or she just there, right? She just dragging along, man. She just going through the motions. We don't want the Most High to look at us in that day, when we getting judged, and he be like, you was going through the motions. You could have did more. I know you could have did more. Why you didn't do more? What can you say to the Most High? You know what I'm saying? What can you truly say to the Most High, man? You could have did that. Right? What's on your spirit. I wanted you to go out and make that video. Why you kept postponing it? I do it tomorrow. I do it the next day. All right, this ain't the right time. I do it the next day. The Most High be like, man, what's going on, man? I'm gonna just give it to somebody else to do, because either way, it's gonna get done. It's gonna get done, whether it's with you or whether I do it, whether I put it on somebody else's spirit to do it. It's gonna get done, but I wanted you to do it though. I wanted you to do it, but you were playing around, so I'm gonna give it to somebody else. Right? That could have been your brick that you could have put in for me. But can a brother read this?
The book of Ecclesiasticus, Sirach 43 and 30. When you glorify the Lord, exalt him as much as he can. For even yet will he far exceed, and when ye exalt him, put forth all your strength, and be not weary, for ye can never go far enough.
Right? Hey, just for the sisters, how can I serve my husband? What can I do better? Let me ask him, how can I be a better wife? What can I do better? What am I lacking? What do you see I'm lacking at, so I can get better with being a better wife? Oh, how can I be a better husband? How can I be a better man? How can I be a better father? How can I be a better brother to my brothers? Am I checking up on my brother like I'm supposed to? Am I praying for my brother like I'm supposed to? Do I truly love my brothers? These are things that we gotta truly think about, man, and just always remember we can always do better. We can't get stuck in a position like I done did enough. There's a lot of people in this truth. They moving like they done did enough, like they already done got the kingdom, like the gate. The brothers and sisters, some brothers and sisters are moving in this truth like Yahweh Shah himself came to them and was like, you know what? You already got the kingdom, bro. What you stressing for? Just take a break, bro. Just kick back. Still make the videos though, right? Still keep the commandments. Still make the videos and go out and teach. But you already got the kingdom though, so you ain't got to go as hard. So just kick back and just relax and watch these other Israelites, these no good Israelites. You anointed though. You anointed, so you ain't got to do too much. No, man. We can always be doing more. Always. If we praying, we can always pray more. Right? If we fast, then we can always fast more. We reading, we can always read more. That's gonna keep you that's gonna keep you better in yourself in this walk. Because if you feel like you done enough already, if just because you read the Bible one time, right? And you feel like, well, I done read it. I know what's in it already. So you done with it. No, keep reading over and over and over again. Because you may read something that you missed. Or you may didn't get the Most High didn't reveal something to you until you read it again. So that's gonna keep you going in this truth that's gonna keep you going in this truth because you knowing that you can always do more. But if you feel like I done did enough, I mean, I've been in this walk for 20 years, right? I've been teaching for 20 years. I'm gonna let the youngsters do it. I ain't gonna even go out. I'm gonna let the youngsters do it. Or I've been in this walk since I was young, man. I done read all the books. I got all the books. I got Babylon the Timbuktu. I got the Ethiopian Bible, right? I got the King James Bible with the Apocrypha. Right? I got all of these these Bibles. I got all of these history books. I know where we come from. I know what tribe I come from. But now you feel like you done enough. You feel like you can't learn no more. So that's when you start to see people start to get into I'm a Moor now. Or we the Moors, or we really Africans, right? We really come from Egypt. Because they start looking to other stuff because they feel like the Bible, they already conquered the Bible. So they start looking to other stuff, and then that's when they start bugging out, man. And that's how a lot of people start bugging out. But we can always go far. Right? We can't never feel like we done did enough. Because you feel like you done did enough, you're gonna get comfortable, you're gonna start slacking, and you're gonna eventually fall out the truth.
Hey, can I get a precept?
Con.
Can you pull up Revelation chapter 2? We're gonna read 1 through 5. It's gonna be brief though. Revelation 2, 1 through 5. It go with what you're saying. The brother Azrael did a lesson on this back when we first started getting on StreamYard. When we first started doing videos, Revelation chapter 2. You can keep it wide, starting at verse 1. I'm gonna just read 1 through 5. I'm gonna be brief, right? But it says, unto the angel of the church, Revelation 2 and 1, and it says, unto the angel of the church of Ephesus, write, these things said he that holdeth the 7 stars in his right hand, who walketh in the midst of the 7 golden candlesticks. I know thy works and thy labor and thy patience, and how thou canst not bear them which are evil, and thou hast tried them which say they are apostles and are not, and hast found them liars. And hast borne and hast patience, and for my name's sake has labored and has not fainted. So he's going into how the people of the church of Ephesus, they were doing these great things. But nevertheless, starting at verse 4, I have somewhat against thee, because thou hast left thy first love, right? You left your first love. Let's read verse 5. Remember, therefore, from whence thou art fallen, and repent, and do the first works, or else I will come unto thee quickly, and will remove thy candlestick out of his place, except thou repent. So just like the brother said, you get into this walk long enough, you start getting comfortable, you start kicking your feet up, you start thinking like the brother, the Obadiah said, I've been doing good reading 5 chapters a day. I think I'll just do 2. I've been at camp every week. I just think I'll take this week off, because I deserve it, and it's one of those spirits that you really got to kill down. I've only been in the truth going on 5 years now, and I'm not gonna lie, I have a lot of those thoughts and emotions, and there has been times where people was getting on StreamYard, and the only people they were seeing before the brother Obadiah and Baruch joined was brother Azrael and Denal. Man, I done went into some funks, but again, it's all about killing that spirit that wants to pull you down and make you, not do the work of the Lord, feeling like you're good enough. Now, for me, it wasn't feeling like I done did a lot, but nonetheless, it's more so of, regardless of whatever you're feeling, not having that spirit that wants to take you away from doing the things that's got you to this point is what I'm speaking on. And that's what, Christ was emphasizing here to the church at Ephesus in verses 4 and 5, you leave your first love, like the brother say, you got to think about this walk the same way you thought about it the first time you heard it. We always talk about between us how much of a golden time it was to come into this truth when we did. The brothers Azrael and Denal was in just a little bit before me, but when I fully assimilated into it, man, it was probably man, that was a time. Like there's a song that Big Rings that came out in like 2016 by Future, Drake, and it was called I Got a Really Big Team and We Need Some Really Big Rings. And one of the things that Drake said in that song was, what a time to be alive. And when we first came into the truth, man, that was a time. The brotherhood was there, the unity was there, the fire was there, the apostleship, was there. And sometimes as you go on and you start seeing things and start realizing certain things, it causes some people to burn out. So all I'm saying is, we just got to remember what Christ had against the church at Ephesus and not fall to the same destruction that they fell, which was forsaking our first love. We got to remember from where we fall, repent, and go back to doing the first works that got us to the points that we are at.
Also, when you remember, remember your first love, man, it's kind of like a junkie or a crackhead. They're junkies and crackheads because they remember that first hit, that first high, right? They remember it. Even when the high fades, even when the high is not the best, it's not the same as the first time, they remember the first hit and the first time, and that keeps them coming back for more. You got to remember what brought you in this thing. And that has to be your first hit, right? And you got to remember how good that felt. Because every Saturday is not going to feel like, I'm an Israelite, man. Yeah, God chose me, man. Let's go out, preach the word. Come on, that's right. Right? Not every Saturday going to feel like, not every Sabbath day is going to feel like that. Not every feast day is going to feel like that. But you got to remember those times where it did, and you have to keep doing it, right? And chasing that high. You got to chase that high. Just like in the world, they chase that high. You got to chase that high into the kingdom, man.
Yeah, man. And think about the kingdom. That's what's gonna keep you going. Think about, like the scriptures read. I think it was in 1 Corinthians 15:38 when he said your labor is not in vain. So what we doing, like you addicting yourself to the ministry is not for no reason. Like it's not just because you're doing it. The Most High love you so much, He gonna reward you for doing this as well too, because you were staying faithful until the end. So that's not something that we just doing and we just doing it in this in vain. No, the Most High see everything. The Most High God see the people that's addicted to the ministry, or if they're not addicted to the ministry, they trying to be. Right? They trying to be a better person. They killing the old man daily. Old man may win sometime. Old woman may win sometime, but they still fighting. They still in the fight because they want to reach perfection. Because we believe that you're able to reach perfection, right? So they're gonna keep fighting. They're gonna get to the point where I'm not gonna follow that no more. That's stopping me from being perfect. That's stopping me from being the person the Most High want me to be. So I gotta cut that off, man. I gotta cut that off for good. But this last precept. Oh wait. Can a brother read Sirach 43? Do we read this? We did. Oh, my bad. That's it. That's it. That's all I had.
Shoot, I got about 6 more precepts, bro. So let me share my screen.
Bring them out.
I'm just messing with you. I'm just messing with you. Brothers started yawning when I said that.
Yeah, man, brothers already they finna go.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm trying to go to the club, bring in, New Year.
Wow, it's supposed to be New Year's. Brothers want to say their New Year's resolution. Anybody?
Yeah, man. I'm in New York right now. We just got here yesterday, and I go see the ball drop. For the first time. Yeah, so we're gonna do the countdown thing, man, and me and my rib, we're gonna kiss when it hit midnight. Bring in 2026.
Ah, that's amazing, man.
I ain't gonna lie, man. Same. I'm finna go make love to my wife too. Bring it in the new year, man. You know.
That's y'all fine, man. Y'all fine. We just joking, y'all. We just joking. For anybody try to, these brothers bugging out. These brothers back celebrating New Year's, man. That's madness.
Yeah.
Have our face clipped up.
This brother said he went all the way to New York to watch the daggone ball drop, man.
Bugged out, man.
The Lord not dealing with no daggone ball dropping.
The New Year's in the spring. Yeah, that's true though, man. Yeah, we just
Then that's when you say, come on, brother. Stop being so legalistic, brother. Are you gonna put 2026 on your papers when you fill them out, brother? Are you? Brother. That's why I don't like you, Israelite, man. Keep it real, man. Next thing you know, brother's gonna stop eating black-eyed peas before 12.
That's madness, man. That's madness, man. All jokes aside, man. Hope y'all enjoyed this class, man. Hope it was edifying. I was mainly talking to myself as well, too. I don't just make these just talk to just y'all. I was talking to myself as well, too, man. So it's the Wisdom Wednesday. Wisdom Wednesday. Woo, woo. But the brother Azrael, you know, he'll be back on here for Freestyle Friday.
Had to get that brother up out of here, bro.
That's madness, brother. That's off, man. That's madness. You gotta repent for that, brother. But yeah, man. Yeah, man. Lord willing, yeah, the brother Azrael be on here for Freestyle Friday. Hope y'all endurance stand strong. Repent, therefore, the kingdom of heaven is at hand. And with that, we the hopeful elect, and we say, Shalom.